What's up guys, Chad House here, and I've got an awesome video for you today about how to naturally increase your testosterone with certain meals. So we're going to look at testosterone boosting meals. Now I go over all of this in my book, The Man Diet. You can get a free copy down below or just head to themandietbook.com. But onto this video, there is a certain way to naturally increase testosterone, and it's not an extreme diet. It's not a low carb, high carb, anything diet. It's a very balanced diet. You need your fats. Fats is where we produce testosterone. We get our cholesterol from fats, like saturated fats. That's why eating animals is very important. We need carbs because carbs help us lower our cortisol levels. When you go on low carb, your cortisol levels rise. So one of the way we test testosterone is in relation to the cortisol. So you need carbs, and protein helps with body composition, helps with tissue repair. You need to stay lean to have optimal testosterone levels, and protein comes in handy with that. So you want to have your protein around 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. You want your carbs around the 35% mark. 35% of your calories come from carbs, and 35% of your calories come from fat. So very balanced. Caloric intake is also very important. So in the Man Diet, what we have you do is, if you are over 15% body fat, you go on a cutting plan. You got to get rid of that fat. That is the most important thing you can do. What happens when you stay on a caloric restrictive diet for too long, or a caloric deficit for too long, is your cortisol levels rise, and that'll hurt your testosterone levels, and that'll hurt your body composition as well. You end up gaining some fat and burning muscle. So you want to hold on to the muscle, cut the fat, and that's why we go on a 2-week caloric deficit and then back to maintenance, and 2-week caloric deficit back to maintenance, just to ensure your cortisol levels stay in check. Now, eating too much, also you get fat, so you don't want to eat too much. But if you're under 15% body fat, ideally in that 8 to 12 range, you stay on a caloric maintenance. That keeps your hormones in check, and then you can just follow a balanced diet with lots of good foods. Below, I'll also put a couple articles down below about where to, or how to create your own meal plans and stuff, obviously all free. So check those out, and I'll show you the meal plans that I have ready made for you if you want to get those. So let's go into 3 meals. We'll go breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then we will do 2 meal options for each, and I'll explain why each thing is in there. So let's start out with meal option number 1, which is breakfast. There's 2 to 4 whole eggs, again depending on how much you're going to eat, and that's personal. So 2 to 4 whole eggs. Whole eggs are one of the best, most nutritiously dense and perfect foods on the planet. They have great cholesterol, they have a great fat makeup, they got great protein and lots of nutrients for you. So eggs are very important, whole eggs, not just the whites. Oatmeal's great. You want carbs again. A slow carb, I find, helps with energy levels in the morning. I don't like having fast carbs in the morning. I save most of my carbs for at night, which helps spike insulin, and then you crash and go to bed. Blueberries, great antioxidant profile, helps protect the health of the cell. And honey. So I'll have 2 to 4 eggs, oatmeal, blueberries, honey. Honey is a great source of boron, which is a very potent testosterone nutrient. So honey is an awesome thing to add to your breakfast. Meal number 2. So this is breakfast option number 2. We're going to go with boar bacon. I like a wild source of bacon. You can have elk, boar, any one of those gamey meats. Pork is good. Just make sure it's not filled with nitrates. And then I'll have a fruit bowl. Darker berries, pineapple, orange. So orange and citrus fruits block aromatase. Aromatase is an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. That's something you want to block. You don't want that process happening, and that process happens a lot in our society today because of things like chemicals and because of an uneducated population on nutrition. They're eating the wrong things. And then I'll have 1 to 2 eggs. So that meal, the majority of protein and fat and a lot of the calories is going to come from the boar bacon. Again, it depends on how much you're eating. That depends on how many eggs, how many slices of bacon, and how much fruit you're going to have. But those are 2 meal options for breakfast. Lunch. We'll go straight into it. Meal number 1 is very simple. Chicken drumsticks and homemade French fries. Homemade French fries, very easy. Use a coconut oil or butter or a avocado oil for your cooking. Don't use a vegetable oil. Don't use olive oil. It's not the greatest for cooking. Meal number 2, ground grass-fed beef. The omega-3s in grass-fed beef are greater. and you don't get as much of the hormones in them. Sauteed peppers and onions, salsa, plain Greek yogurt. Yogurt's great for the gut. Anything that's great for the gut is great for the hormones. So dinner. Let's go right into dinner. 2 dinner options. Steak, prepare it with salt, butter, and salt and pepper. I like doing mine on the grill when I can. And potatoes, boil them, and assorted vegetables. So what I'll do is I'll put just a meal option thing. I'll boil the potatoes, slice them up, put them in butter on the skillet, add vegetables that have already been cooked on the skillet. So things like garlic is great, onions, peppers, broccoli, those are all great for your hormones and your health. And then I'll mix them all together and have the steak with that. You can also slice the steak up, put it on top of it, and have a good bowl. Some guacamole added in there is great. Guacamole and salsa as a topping. It's awesome. So meal number 2, venison sausage. Add mustard for taste if you want. Potatoes fried with a light amount of butter, and assorted vegetables again. Very simple. So what you're going to see with all of these meals is that they're very simple. They're eating things that you kill or you harvest or pick or whatever. They're natural foods. You're not going in the middle of the grocery aisle. You're not getting frozen foods. You're not getting packaged foods. You're getting animals. Eat a lot of animals. Eat a lot of eggs. Eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, potatoes. That is a very simple diet. It's a basic diet, but a meal like that will cover your macros and get you enough protein, carbs, and fat and the right kind of fat to naturally increase your testosterone levels. So that is a day of eating like a man and eating to boost testosterone. If you want to learn more, pick up a free copy of my book, The Man Diet. Just cover a small shipping charge. And I'll get this to your doorstep. If you're in the States, it's within 7 to 10 days. If you're overseas, it's a little longer. But pick up this book. It's got everything you need to know on naturally increasing your testosterone levels. We go over every food that increases estrogen, all the things that are hurting men's hormones, because we're seeing a 1.2 to 1.3% decline annually in male testosterone levels. So we need to get the public more educated on how to eat like a man and live like a man. And this book is a great place to start. So pick up a free copy down below. I'll talk to you soon.